I wanted to discuss a bit of a complex issue and one that I'm sure is going to have most people arguing, which is the Toronto G20 in the downtown core. And it's it's pretty interesting looking at the whole thing. Um, just trying to understand how people's brains are working and why they're doing what they're doing. I'm sure most people have seen the news reports or YouTube reports or Twitter reports um, explaining the violence that's been going on. I just don't understand what it's accomplishing. I do understand protests that give information, that let the public know what's going on, or an issue that isn't being taken care of, and getting the media's attention. And I believe in that. And if there was a cause that I truly felt needed attention, I would want the right to be able to go and talk to the public about it, discuss it, get attention. That's all positive. That's all positive things. But this is what I don't understand: violence to end another problem. That just doesn't make sense to me. People, one of the biggest anger points of the G20 to most people on the street was how much they had spent on security and how it was so overdone. All these police and the fences, and why? Why are you doing this? This is too much. This is crazy. People have a right to talk. People have a right to protest. And you've spent so much money on all the security, and it doesn't need to be, this doesn't need to be, it could have been spent on something better. And a very good response that I heard from an interview with a former RCMP was that you're never going to be in the right with security. If everything goes fine, which it hasn't, but if everything goes fine and everyone's great and no one's hurt and everything's been peaceful, then we've spent too much and we were wrong. But the instant someone gets hurt, everyone out there that was arguing about too much money spent on security will be angry that there wasn't enough. There's just so much hypocrisy and a lack of thorough thought put into some of this protesting. I don't know if this was protesters or people just taking advantage of the situation. I know that most of the American chain stores have been hit on Yonge Street now, and it does seem to be a pattern that it's the American stores. So it is assumed that it is someone who's protesting against these big corporations or America or money in general. And American Apparel has been hit. Their windows were ripped out of, smashed out of their store. The mannequins were pulled out, and a report says that feces was thrown in the store. This just disgusts me. Someone is willing to break property, to damage things that money and work and labor has already put in, to create, and then and be that greedy and selfish and self-absorbed to feel that they're in the right doing that, and then go as far as to desecrate it with feces to prove that there's these evil American corporations. And it's the same thought lines that cause the evil, I think, and the wrong that they're that they're protesting against, which is just the human, the bad human part of all of us. I just feel it's feeding. It's not doing anything good. And American apparel actually is not technically the worst thing you could, the big bad corporation that maybe some people feel it is. I don't understand why people can't feel that it's a positive thing to have the leaders of our world actually coming together under one roof to talk. That's a very good thing. When that can happen, that's a very good thing. And they might not be going about all of it however one sees they would run it. And maybe they're not making all of the decisions that people think are right. It would be interesting. It would be very interesting to put some of these people who are yelling and screaming about whatever their issue is in a power of position and say, okay, here, run the country, or run this country, run that country, make decisions, figure all of it out, make it all work, make it all coordinate, and make everybody happy. Try it. There's better and more dignified ways to make change. Even, YouTube. I doubt that my video is going to really make any impact, and that's okay. But if you have something to say, if you have something you need people to hear, why not write about it, blog about it, discuss it, get conversations started, have awareness events, figure out the right political moves to make a change. Be the founder of an organization. Don't start cop cars on fire and scream about the G20 spending too much money on security because and that there's not enough money going towards poverty while you attempt to get past a policeman. All of the damage that these people have created is going to need to be repaired, which is going to take money, which these corporations are going to spend, and then they'll need more money. It angers me. I feel like the big picture is not being looked at. Why not just be supportive? Make it a celebration of countries getting together and have informational things, informational events, concerts that you could go to. And I bet if Toronto was able to turn it into a positive event, something where people came to have fun and to learn and to enjoy and to make a difference, an actual difference, that big cost of security wouldn't be a big issue anymore because they wouldn't need so much of it. These are just my thoughts. I don't feel like every right decision is being made in politics. By far, I don't. And I don't agree with the way the world is run. But I don't agree with what's going on now. I don't see it doing any good.